Hello from the Dominican Republic. This is the restaurant that is attached to my hotel in Santo, Domingo. It is called Arenas, and it is attached to Hotel Señorial, which is the hotel that I decided to stay at in Santo Domingo for 4 nights. And guess what, guys? It costed me $42.50 for the night per night, $42.50 per night. This is what the room looks like, which, as you can see, is an instant upgrade from the last room that I had in the US Virgin Islands for $100 a night. I'm still so upset at the disparity when you're in US territories as opposed to when you're in Latin America and Spanish colonial territories. Anyway, so this is the room tour from Hotel Señorial, which was in, it was right by the waterfront. It had a perfect location. That's why I decided to get it, because of course I could have upgraded a bit from $42. Maybe I could have get some for $55, but because I was solo traveling, I really didn't need much. This was perfect for me. I wanted to keep my money so that I could spend it on experiences instead of a super posh hotel room, although I kind of wish we have a view. But anyway, that's just, the bathroom. It was super clean. The AC worked. I had everything I needed. The restaurant was right downstairs. And for the $42.50, it included breakfast. So this was kind of what I had every day for my breakfast. Some variation of eggs. One day I had pancakes for breakfast. You can't beat the value. I don't know. I love my Spanish explorations is all I will say. Anyway, I asked the hotel's the taxi driver that they sent for me from the hotel. I asked him where's the best beach to go that was close to Santo Domingo, and he said Boca Chica. So I asked him to take me there, and this is us on the ride on our way to Boca Chica. Here's a bit of advice for you, especially when you're traveling to a country where you do not speak the language well, because the man tell me said it right. I think I say Santa, and that me ear, and I think I $60. I'ma just go with it. And in my mind, he meant 600 Dominican Republic pesos. But no, the man did really and truly mean $60 US, which kind of wipe out my transportation budget for the whole journey. But anyway, when I realized how far away it was, I was like, okay, I see why it's $60, because he dropped me off and then he came back for me. But yeah, just make sure that you understand Wagwan. So this is where he left me on the beach. It was a cute little beach vibe, beach club vibe. I adored it. And of course, I ordered a mamajuana immediately, because that is the cocktail of Dominican Republic, right? So I had a mamajuana on the rocks because that's how I kind of roll, and I just wanted to experience it without it being in a cocktail first. So the beach club is obviously right on the beach, and it kind of reminded me of what Hellshire is trying to be. It's like whole heap of beach clubs. Hellshire Beach is a beach club in Kingston. Well, it's a beach in Kingston, Jamaica, or rather in St. Catherine, Jamaica. But it's kind of open, it's free, it's open air, it's public. And you have a whole lot of vendors coming up to you and selling you, which can be annoying. It can be a little harassing at times because they don't remember your face. So sometimes the same vendor is coming up to you 5 times if you're there for an hour. So it does get a little bit annoying. But I was happy to see what I wanted on the menu, which was red snapper. It had been so long since I enjoyed a nice full whole fish, fried fish. So that's what I ordered, and I went out onto the beach to kind of just take in the surroundings, the white sand and the pretty beach. I had missed this. The beaches here in Mexico, I mean, Cancun is nice, but Cancun rough. If you've ever been out here, the beaches in the Caribbean are just unmatched. For me, they are just unmatched. There is absolutely nothing like it. And Boca Chica, it really was giving me all the vibes that I needed. It was absolutely beautiful, and at this point, I did alright. I never too mad, so I spend all of that money there to come out here. Because to be honest, this was the highlight of my trip. I had just really missed the beach. And so while Santo Domingo doesn't have a lot of beaches, this beach is about an hour away, and it was completely worth it. So they gave me these, what is this, bruschetta for appetizer before my fish came, and I appreciated it. I'm a bit hungry. But when I looked at the fish, I realized that it wasn't going to be what I hoped it was because it had some kind of batter on it, and we don't, you know, I'm not used to the batter on the fish, and the batter had a flavor that I really didn't enjoy, but the fish itself was good. So it was alright, no complaints. When I finished eating, I was like, okay, I want to walk this stretch of beach and see what else is here, what else can I get up into. So I told this guy, that guy right there in the black shirt a while ago, he is like, I don't know, security or something for the beach club that I was at. I simply said to him that I'm going to take a walk down to the bottom of the beach, and then take it upon himself to walk with me, come all the way down the bottom, and he took these beautiful photos of me for me at the end of the beach right there. And I was like, that was so kind. I appreciated it because I didn't know what the temperature of the beach was, you know, people-wise, and it was just me one. So I appreciated him walking with me all the way down to the bottom of the beach and back. Maybe him just want to make sure I come back at the beach club, come spend some more money, which I did. But I really enjoyed just my time at the beach here and exploring the beachfront. Boca Chica is definitely a highlight, as I said, for me. It was wonderful. So the taxi man did end up coming back for me, as I said. He came back for me at 4, and I think he dropped me off at noon. And you know, the ride back there, he was pointing out all the monuments for me. I have a whole TikTok on just this one. I'm gonna drop it on my membership, so make sure you join the membership if you want to see some behind the scenes there. I have a whole thing about like some of the monuments that he pointed out and was sharing with me. So, you know, I really appreciated the ride. Even though it costed me more than I was budgeting for, I appreciated the ride. And in our broken Spanglish communication that was going on, he kind of pointed out all the important sites for me along the way. He took the scenic route, and I was able to kind of see some of the sites without actually getting out of the car and walking up and down in the sun hut. Because as you know, or I don't know if you know, that Santo Domingo is the oldest city in the Americas, and so it have a whole heap of history, is pretty much what I'm saying. Like, if you're a history buff and you love architecture, you cannot miss a visit to Santo Domingo. It was absolutely beautiful, and you're going to see more of that as I do day 2 video tomorrow or next week, whenever I do it. You know how we roll around here. But yeah, my trip to Santo Domingo, in my research, you know, there were a lot of questions about Santo Domingo not being as safe as maybe Punta Cana or one of the more touristy destinations. But since me a Jamaican, I'm used to, you know what I say, I was like, I should be fine. But I do have an entire video that I'm going to do on that, choosing Santo Domingo for my very first solo trip, how I felt, did I feel safe, all of that. Because I do have some thoughts, I do have some tips to share. But anyway, I was really digging it. Look at this waterfront. We need to develop our waterfront in Kingston, so it gives off this vibe. I was really enjoying and appreciating Santo Domingo for it. So, you know, I went back to my hotel room, I refreshed, and this a night come down for me. I'm hungry again because, you know, belly long. So I walked down to the waterfront because my hotel is just a few steps from the waterfront. I took a little walk down there, and I had looked on Google Maps to see where I could go eat, and it said the street next over, right across from this park, had a bunch of different restaurants that I could go check out. So that was my plan for the first night. And of course, again, just a few little a few little steps on my take. You can see all the excitement, the park was full. They had a lot of monuments. It was just, I picked the right area to stay in. Trust me, it was very walkable and very vibesy and bustling. And this is what I pick. This is what I end up with, a hot dog. Because you know what? I walked the streets and it was a Vibes Yes restaurant. The people were dancing. We did have a good time. So this is the next day when I decided to explore the area that I was in a little bit more. I'm going to cut the video here and invite you to subscribe to the channel so that you can see my Dominican Republic vlog number 2, day number 2. Subscribe, hit like, and let me know what you want to see more of in the comments so that I can capture it for you in the next videos. Thank you so much for joining me, the Traveling Jamaican, guys. I'll see you in the next one.